Oh, good evening, ladies and germs. My name's Scott Cleverdon.
And my name is Assumpta Serna.
How the devil are you?
Very, very well.
Well, today is the 14th of September, the year of our Lord, 2023, right?
Yes.
So I'm losing track. Everybody's threatening us with more lockdowns and all sorts of other things like that. That's the undercurrent which we're currently experiencing right here on the planet Earth.
Well, they are talking already to do remakes here.
Remakes of what?
Of
Remakes of the pandemic?
American
We're going to
movies.
be remaking the pandemic. The first one had a lot of success, but I think it's a reboot, not so much of a sequel. No.
Anyway, yeah, we'll have to do something really soon.
What do you mean they're going to be a...
See, I had, it was interesting today because it was this thing saying, okay, let's do remakes.
Remakes of what?
Remakes of American movies here in Europe.
Well, you'll have to pay for them.
Yes, but they're going to win.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do? A remake of like Die Hard? Or how's that going to work?
I don't know, but it's interesting.
Yeah, what we got to do is we got to... The real problem with Die Hard is
See,
it wasn't in Italian.
It says it's time of remakes. It's actually Argentina. Argentina, yeah.
It's one of those
it's not
things.
Europe, Argentina.
Just remember, okay, everybody who's out there, whether you're on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, is still a little complicated. There's a problem between Meta and the business pages, which is where we normally stream to, specifically here. As you can see that's where we normally go to, and it's not working today, and it wasn't working yesterday. So
it's not working today neither.
No, it's not working today neither. They said it was. We are aware. We are aware of the problem, and so that's what they're going to try and do is fix the damn thing. Okay. But anyway, so that's the current state of affairs. So for the most part, we're doing this anyway, and we're on YouTube. The majority of the people who watch our videos, in general, they watch them afterwards. So that's fine. But today we're going to be reviewing a demo reel, and as always, we'll be speaking to you out there as if you were watching, right? So even if you're not there, we're imagining you're there. We also need to see...
That is the actor's power, imagination.
I'm going to be imagining that you are all there with us in body and in spirit, right? That's what I'm going to basically be imagining here. The other thing is we are also on Instagram, which is also acting a little bit weird right now. And, there we go. That's working. It wasn't working yesterday. Hurrah. What do you got?
Nothing.
What you got? Can you? Why don't you do your magic and we'll get this rode on the show.
Well, you do the magic too.
All right, this is very, very complicated because I got to do about 5 things at once. You get to do the clapping, okay?
Okay.
Okay, clap. Today we'll be reviewing showreels. All right, without further ado, that's what they say in YouTube land. First of all, the first thing I always explain to everybody is that we basically analyze a showreel, or they call them here in Spain, video books. Go figure. Still haven't worked out where that comes from. We analyze a showreel based on 3 criteria, 3 broad categories. The first thing, we look at the choice of material to see whether it's appropriate, to see whether it's good or interesting casting. The second thing is we look to see whether there are any technical issues. A lot of the time we get people who've made their own reels. Sometimes they're self-tapes, sometimes they're things they've harvested from other places. This too has its own issues, what can I say? We're looking at sound, we're looking at image, we're looking at editing, we're looking at all those other different things. And the third thing we're looking for is the actual performance itself. Does it work? Does it not work? Is this the best thing that this person can be doing? Do we want to see more? And that's pretty much the long and short of it.
That's pretty much
it. Anything else to add, young lady?
No.
Are you sure?
No. Let's go.
Just to explain to everybody out there, we've been doing this for 3 years right now. We've been analyzing showreels, self-tapes, videos, absolutely everything. Resumes. We've done a bit of everything.
And I think we helped a little
T-shirt
bit to people.
designs. We haven't done T-shirt designs, although that's probably in the cards. This started a few weeks after the confinement and pandemic started, and we went live, and the rest is, as they say, history.
Yes, we want to say thank you also to all these people that they are following us.
All those mad people here that we have around us.
Familia de Cine, who, without them, nothing of that would be possible.
Nothing would be possible. And we stopped for a long time doing it in English, but here we are back again, sort of like...
I can see here Fran Bico that says, hello, my lovely teachers.
Hello.
Hello,
yeah,
Fran.
I'm having a bit of déjà vu. That's a joke between us and him. What was I going to say? I was going to say something super, super important. The other thing is that Assumpta and I, we've been teaching film acting for the last 20 or so years. We've done over 20,000 hours in 24 different countries and 24 different cities in 8 different countries and in 4 different languages.
Exactly.
And between us, she has 10 years more experience acting than I. She has got 40 years and I've only got 30. So as a combined 70 years of experience, we don't teach theatre for the most part, although we have done it. Last year we had a very successful production in a Roman theatre. A lovely little Roman theatre, but it was built 60 years before the birth of Christ. That's just what you get here in Spain. And on the other side of things, we teach exclusively film acting. And that's our point of view, because that's our experience. So, shall we just get stuck in?
Yes, please.
Right, okay, so...
What is the name of the person we're going to...
the man we're going to be seeing is Ben Ashby.
What?
Ben Ashby.
Ben. Okay,
Yes.
Ashby. Okay.
Okay. Right. Okay, so let's go in it. Yes, Jose Carlos González de Ara. Yes, I got your showreel. And we're looking for a day then where we're going to have a chance to look at it. Shall we get on, shall we?
Yes, please.
All right, here we go.
Just help me understand.
Jesus.
I bought you stuff. I cooked for you.
Whenever I tried to help you, you'd freak out and say, Daddy's got this.
Daddy did have it. Shit!
Call the police.
They're pointing with that finger.
Call the fucking police.
Okay. Actually, you can call them.
Why can't you?
I'm at 6%.
Give it. What? Johnny, don't. We can use it against the bear. No, we are shrub scouts, okay? We don't harm wildlife, we protect it. We protect it when it's not trying to eat us. Do you want to die? Johnny, give me the gun. What are you doing? Let go of me! You idiot, I'm trying to save us!
Fuck you.
You're mad.
Yes, I am mad, Sean.
I see that.
Okay, great.
If I was in your shoes, boy, would I be furious. I'm surprised you're holding it together this well. It's not a favor. That's not it. I want to. If you'll let me. Jackie. Please, come on. Hey. I love you. All right?
I hit his crotch.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that bad?
You sack-whacked him.
Sack whack?
Fuck, dude, that's a death sentence.
You've never, grazed a boob or something?
In this political climate, hell no.
Like as an accident.
If I'm in the vicinity of a sensitive area, I line up my hand like a claw machine. I'm straight in, straight out.
Damn it, I'm a sack whacker.
Okay. I think your best move, no, our best move, because I'm a part of this.
Hey,
Jesus.
Why does Nick look like his cat died?
She sack-whacked your friend.
Fuck, a sack whack?
Is sack whack like a common term? Jesus, this is tricky.
Oh, I know.
You spend every minute of every day just lurking. It's fucking weird. If not here, then somewhere else. It's your whole fucking existence, and it's so sad. You're fucking pathetic. I can see the viewer count, man. You're still here. I know you're still here. This is why I made you a mod. Losers make the best mods. That's just a fact. You're still fucking here.
The lovely Ben Ashby.
Nice
No,
mention.
isn't it nice?
Yes.
I saw this on Reddit last week, and I thought this is really nice. This is really nice. What happens very often when we're going through reels is that, you know, sometimes there's people with less experience, sometimes there's more professional stuff, sometimes there's less. And in this particular case, there's a lot of great stuff there, but there's some things we can learn. The great thing with the fight in there, and you got your white boy cornrows, which is pretty cool. And the great thing about it is that's not what I expected to see from the guy who's in the other stuff. Okay.
Yes. That is what it's surprising, and you know, the variety, and it's a good one.
It's a good reel, right?
Yes.
It's a good reel. What I do see is somebody told you, listen, buddy, your reel can't be longer than 3 minutes. That's what I got going on there.
Yeah.
And the curious thing that happens is the things I want to see more of aren't there, and the things I want to see less of are.
Yes.
Okay? So it's very, very specific. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through it again. We're going to stop and start. And we're going to sort of talk about those 3 points we're talking about. Remember the subject matter, how you're cast, whatever it might be. The technical stuff, which is all pretty clean here. And obviously your acting. Okay,
Yes.
so let's go back to the start. The other thing is, Ben, I see no reason why you shouldn't be working a hell of a lot more. You do look like the love child of Keanu Reeves and Adam Driver, which I'm sure everybody's told you.
And also,
Which is, by the way, there's nothing too bad about that. Okay.
I don't remember now the name of this actor that I was working with, and then he went off and did Sherlock Holmes. Remember?
Jared Harris?
I think no, Jared Harris. No, that was
Because he looks nothing like that.
No.
Jude Law?
No.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
No.
Robert Downey Jr.?
No, it was Sherlock Holmes. It was a very interesting Sherlock Holmes we saw. It was, I think, a series of television, and he.
With Benedict Cumberbatch?
No. Anyway.
No, you got me intrigued. Nicholas Rowe.
Nicholas Rowe, exactly.
Nicholas Rowe. Go look up Nicholas Rowe. Nicholas
Yes.
Rowe is an English actor who started working in his first movie was Sherlock Holmes, as directed by, I want to say, Robert Zemeckis. It was famous because it was the first film to actually use CGI characters, which were a stained glass window. It was quite revolutionary in that moment. And Nicholas Rowe was there, who has, Nicholas Rowe is a lovely man, originally from Scotland.
I was working with
You worked with him on Sharp's Rifles with me.
Sharp's Rifles, exactly.
And Nicholas Rowe was a lovely chap.
Lovely person. But what is interesting about that is not that you look like someone, but the kind of energy, is there. So what it means is that you can also see their careers, see what were their moves, how they went, from one thing to the other, and what they did actually to get it. Because it's interesting. Sometimes. Here you have like in this video book. In this showreel shows all your registers or many of your registers, and I cannot say all, of course, but perhaps the ideal it would be also to find, of course, like in everyone, but the role. For the role, you also have to understand what is this material that you would like to do as your first role. You know what I mean? Because sometimes could be a little bit more comedy. Sometimes so if you present yourself with a little bit more comedy, then perhaps other things are going to come to you, because you are actually selling yourself as the thing that you would like to have, and people can also have some ideas, Here is good. It's like it's like you do a variety of registers, but for the next one, I think it would be nice to actually choose the one that you not only feel more comfortable, but you're more unique, and the thing that the market might also appreciate. Whatever you are, where is he living?
He's in Los Angeles. He's originally from Phoenix, Arizona.
Oof! So wow! So you have a lot of. a lot of things that you can.
A lot of what?
No. I mean, a lot of possibilities. It's not like if you were in Ireland or you are in, so
It's not like you were in Phoenix, Arizona.
No, but
There's a lot of stuff in.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Yes.
Yeah.
And and so this variety is good also for you. But think about it. Perhaps it's going to be good that you choose one particular thing to be able to to get an image of you than what you would like to get.
Yeah. Let's go through it again.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things that. Well, anyway, shut up. I'm going to shut up. Let's just go through it.
Just help me understand.
Jesus.
Okay, Ben. I've said it a million times before, and I'll say it again. If you're going to put your card on screen, you got to give us 4 seconds. Okay? 3 seconds is way too short. 5 is too long. 4 is just right. Okay? That's the Goldilocks time period for opening things.
Can we go at the beginning?
You want to go?
Bought you stuff.
You want to go back?
Yes. Let's see.
Just help me understand.
Jesus.
I bought you stuff.
Okay.
No, I'm saying because if you have 4 and you immediately have that, it's good because it's a general shot of you. Is centering on herself.
And it starts.
But then it starts okay when we come back to see.
And it starts out with a sound cue. A surprise sound cue.
Yes.
So that's Ben's a filmmaker as well, so he probably edited this himself. I'm sure he did, and so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, just a little bit more seconds at the beginning.
Yeah, the reason we say that is you have to imagine that somebody sits down and they start it, right? But it takes a moment for them to sort of get into it, right? If it's shorter than 4 seconds, I know that sounds really pedantic, but if it's shorter than 4 seconds, then what happens is people kind of they miss the start and then they have to go back to the beginning again. Okay, which is not entirely bad, but you really want something. I almost make an argument for starting everything with a beep, right? With a minus 12 decibels beep. Even a countdown. If you feel like it, it's not necessary. The thing with the beep is very often the initial screen has no sound over the top of it. Okay, because there's no sound over the top of it, people don't know whether their headphones are on or whether the sound is up.
Exactly.
There's a million different reasons.
Million questions that the people can think, and you don't want that. You want them to be concentrated on your name.
It's kind of a piece of meta editing, as it were. Okay, so let's go back to where we were.
I cooked for you.
We got our 3 seconds here. It's 1, 2.
Just help me understand.
Jesus.
Okay.
2.5. Yeah.
I bought you stuff. I cooked for you.
Whenever I tried to help you, you'd freak out and say, Daddy's got this.
Daddy did have it.
Shit.
Call the police.
Okay, that's the first thing. I was really enjoying that scene.
Yeah.
Right? I was really enjoying this.
The first scene.
Yeah, I was really enjoying it. And we left after, 7 seconds.
Tried to help you, you'd freak out and say, Daddy's got this.
Daddy did have it.
Very nice piece of editing as well. Okay.
Yes.
Very nice piece of editing from whoever edited originally Bleeding Heart. Okay. But the thing is, I like it and I want to see more of it. Okay. Which, look, that's good and bad. If I see it and I want to see more of it, that's great. But if there's more good stuff to show, perhaps I'd like to see it. Okay. Just a thought. The great advantage that we have right now is that we are capable of throwing something up on our YouTube page, a longer scene, a sequence, whatever it might be. And we still, can cover our asses like that. Okay, let's go back.
Whenever I tried to help you, you'd freak out and say, Daddy's got this.
Daddy did have it.
Shit.
Call the police.
You're pointing with that finger.
Call the fucking police.
Okay. Actually, you can call them.
Why can't you?
I'm at 6%.
What? Johnny, don't.
That's good. It's funny.
Yeah, I would leave a little bit more breath also, a little bit. No, it's too...
After I'm at 6%?
Yeah.
No, you got to get out.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yes,
comedy-wise, you got to get the hell out.
Okay, to me,
I'm terribly sorry.
Okay, so that's okay.
No, you tell the joke and then you leave.
Okay.
That's why, I mean, the timing of both of those lines is very well edited for the timing, and it's also the cut out is, it's just the way it goes. Sorry, man.
No, that's okay.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Don't. We can use it against the bear.
Okay, so
we are
let's enjoy that cut again.
So you can call them.
Why can't you?
I'm at 6%.
Cut.
Give it.
You see?
What? Johnny, don't. We can use it against the bear. No, we are shrub scouts, okay? We don't harm wildlife, we protect it. We protect it when it's not trying to eat us. Do you want to die? Johnny, give me the gun. What are you doing? Let go of me! You idiot! I'm trying to save us! Fuck you!
I gotta tell you, Wes Anderson's made brought back scouts in in movies with a vengeance. Okay, how do we like that? I kind of like it.
Yes,
It's kind of goofy.
fun,
It's goofy. It's not
yes.
particularly, it's not Taxi Driver, but that's okay. Not everything has to be Taxi Driver.
No. It's good because you demonstrate also your, things for comedy and your timing, which is fine. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Don't me! You idiot! I'm trying to save us!
Fuck you!
You're mad.
Yes, I am mad, Sean.
I see that.
Okay, great.
If I was in your shoes, boy, would I be furious. I'm surprised you're holding it together this well. It's not a favor. That's not it. I want to. If you'll let me. Jackie. Please, come on. Hey. I love you. All right?
Okay. Right. There you go. Ugo over here in Spence says this guy has something star aura for me. Okay, I don't disagree with you,
But
Ugo.
editing is paying him bad. No,
I don't know. I don't think this is bad at all. But I'm going
to.
to show you something. I'm going to show you something, Mr. SB, that's going to rock your world. And you may know it already, but it's going to turn you from one type of actor into another. You ready or something?
Yes, I am.
You strapped in?
Yes, I am.
Good. Are we sitting comfortably? Then we shall go. We shall rewind. Okay, this is very impressive here. Okay, now, this is something that we have a particular obsession with, Assumpta and I.
You're mad.
Yes, I am mad.
It's got to do with how much you're sharing with the camera. Okay, what you're doing is you're focused on her, which is fine. The movie star acting part of this is what you do is you make sure you include the rest of the room and thus us. You see, you're more with us than you are with her. You see, because we're conspiring with you. We're your co-conspirators in this particular deal. And if you share what's going on in your head with us, then what happens is that you're making the connection to the one thing that makes us care, which is what you want, what you think, and more than anything else, what you're scared of, what you're vulnerable about.
It's what you did it on the on her shot. On her shot, you're looking at us with half of a smile.
Yeah, it's a bit sneaky as well.
It's
You're
sneaky, but
done, well played, sir. Well played.
But yeah, no, no worries about that. But yes, also when it's your shot, make sure that also you know how to play your thoughts for the camera.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. So coming
Sean.
back here.
I see that.
Okay, great.
So from here.
You're mad.
Yes, I am mad, Sean.
I see that.
Okay, great.
Right. I'm gonna give you a bit of a tip here. Oh boy. Right. This is the idea. You got the camera. Okay. The scene. Camera's here. Right. The scene is with somebody who's here. That's kind of the angle that we're looking at here. So you're talking to her there. Okay, you're talking to her, and you're talking to her. But the thing that you're doing is you're more dependent on her than you are on us. Instinctually, what I'd like you to not always do it, but consider is that when you got the camera in one place and the person in another, put your feet towards the camera and look at the person. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to speak to her like this. Okay, you can speak to her like this as well, but your neutral place is with the camera. Okay, this is what we like to call movie star acting. Let's just call it that. Let's just call a spade a spade. So what it means is you're at least as much with us as you are with the person with whom you're speaking. Okay, and what that does is it just lets us climb inside your head, and more so if what's going on inside your head, you're sharing it with us and you're hiding it from her. Mm-hmm. Okay, or you're hiding it in us and you're sharing it, but you're speaking to her. So this is the thing. This is instead of doing, listen, I love you, you're going to go, listen, I love you. Mm-hmm. You see that?
Yeah.
All right. So That's the thing. The trouble is that any given point in our existence, when we're talking or when we're listening to one of three people. We're listening to the other person, or speaking to the other person. We're speaking to ourselves, or we're speaking to God, the gods or the universe, how you wish to name that.
Yes.
That existential force which is outside us. And we all do it. I don't care how atheistic you are. You speak to the world, the universe, as it were. Yes, Assumpta?
See the things here on this, how we could place the three different, for him to understand better.
If I was in your shoes,
Okay.
You see,
Okay, so come in here.
you're mad.
Yes, I am mad, Sean.
I see that.
Okay, great.
If I was in your shoes, boy, would I be furious. I'm surprised you're holding it together this well.
Same thing again. Go back to...
yeah, instead of going to the right there,
You go to the left.
you go to the left.
It's
where
not
we
a
are,
favor.
You know?
This is interesting because this is an instinct thing, okay? The first thing we have to do instinctually is know where the camera is, right? Because that needs to see us, okay? That will be our place where we're safe. The curious thing is that actors, we very often feel unsafe because the camera's looking at us. It's not like that. Camera loves us. Camera's our best pal. Camera's the guy, we play Halo around at his house and order pizza. That's the camera, right? The thing with it is that we have to pick our battles and know exactly, define where we are in that particular space, because that's what we're going to base our strategy and tactics on.
Yeah, and who we are talking to these three entities.
Yeah.
And place them in some place that is clear, for us, for the spectator, who is in reality the camera, right?
Yeah.
Favor. That's not it. I want to.
Viewer, right?
If you'll let me. Jackie.
Now, Jackie, that's exactly the moment where you want to be going, Jackie, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be doing that because we want to be inside that process, that moment where you commit. And remember, the commitment, and particularly in your style of acting, when you commit, everything works.
Yeah, and you cannot go and you cannot say that if you are not away from her. You know, if you are looking at her all the time, of course, you don't have place to go. So, that is an instinctive thing to really, give things to the camera. Is when you have to decide something instead of looking at her all the time. See if we have this decision, revelation, something that is to us.
Now, I'm not suggesting you go full Matthew McConaughey in True Detectives, where he's there and he never looks anybody in the eye, never once. He never looks anybody in the eye. He's playing this massive status game to the extent where Woody Harrelson's like, "Why don't you just look at me once?" It's that sort of thing. But what he is he's always with us. He's always with the camera. That's who he's bringing along with it. That's who he's conspiring with. That's why we are so drawn to him in that show. And it's the same thing that you get when you watch. Listen, we watched it the other day, and I'm sure you love this. Go back and watch Tropic Thunder. You can see the clip on YouTube. Go watch Tropic Thunder. The scene with Ben Stiller and Robert Downey Jr. when he's telling him that you should never go full retard. Okay? I'm quoting a movie, okay? So it's not necessarily what I believe right now. But he's doing that there. Watch how much Robert Downey Jr. is with the camera. Okay? To the extent where he has Ben Stiller off to one side, and he is literally like this. He's talking to him like that. He's like, "You did it wrong. You did it wrong." He's doing this whole thing. And he's 100% with the camera, but he's looking at him over there. It's the sort of thing that you begin to see everywhere. Okay? Because everybody does it.
Come on. Hey. I love you. All right?
I would give a little bit more time to this scene, because you always had to also cut yourself your own and I think that deserves a little bit more. We can hold it, and I suppose you are, for some reason, someone told you that it had to be 3:15. I don't know how much is.
It's. I think it's like. Let me just have a quick look. It's 2:47. That's where it is.
Yeah, well, you
It's
can
not a-
certainly have a little bit more of your dialogue there, because it's a nice scene, and
Yeah.
you want to see the resolution. And
You see
and,
this-
and it's also it's also a a kind of a romantic comedy or something, and we want to see it. We want to see you as this particular. Because that that is the normal lead, and if you already proven us that also comedy you have timing and everything, then we want to see more of that. I think it's a nice thing for you. It's a nice type for you to show.
Hello, Francisco. Francisco, who is in Pasadena, California, Los Angeles. Thanks for dropping by. It's very interesting because this particular type of scene, and particularly the genre, the most difficult of genres to write, and for me is one of my favorites, which is the romantic comedy, requires that the leads are in and of themselves totally fascinating and interesting to us, because effectively they are invariably co-protagonists.
Both of the romantic
Both of the romantic
characters.
leads, we see how, and the sort of thriller aspect of it is we know what she's really like, but he doesn't see it, and we know what he's really like, but she doesn't see it. Okay,
Yes.
that's one of the great things, is this idea that we feel like, God, these guys would be so perfect together if they only just could be their authentic selves and confess their love to one another. That's really what it comes down to. And that process, that torture, that cruelty that's in the scene that everybody has to go through, and the heroism of saying I love you, right, is the reason that we turn up for the movie. That's really what we're there for. That's really the whole story.
Yes,
as
and
it were.
if you take away your eyes from her, and then everything gets more sense to us. You are with us, and we are you are more likable. So it's something to to take in account for other jobs. I think it would be interesting for you to develop that, and yeah, it's just a trick. It's not that you're doing anything wrong, just that sometimes the fixed gaze is something that you can do better. You know what I mean? Every single thing we can actually say, okay, what action I have there, what I can do that to be if that was me, what I would do. And normally people have these conversations between, like I did now with myself, looking for thoughts, and if there is I love you, it's a very nice thing to share with the audience, something, it's a nice one, nice
Right.
opportunity.
Let's keep going.
That is nice. This show, this from that to that is nice.
I hit his crotch.
Oh, Jesus.
But why? What is the exactly? I want to see that.
Okay.
Come on. Hey, I love you. All right.
I hit his crotch.
Okay, that's great. That's great, because that's not what I expected of you, because you come across as intelligent, sarky, a little bit, sort of sarcastic, self-referential, intelligent, witty even, all of those different things. And the last thing I expect you to see you doing is like doing bare knuckle boxing and, with cornrows and tattoos. I'm like, well played, sir. Well played. You know what I mean? It's definitely not something I expected to see. And if you got one of those things, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's awesome, because all of a sudden you've got a body, you're physical, you're a whole different creature, right? You exist below the neck down as well.
Also there, yeah.
So how do as a lady, is that appeal to you? Seeing two men beating each other like that?
Well, not necessarily.
She loves it.
No, not necessarily, no. But I mean, it's an interesting, little thing for you. When I see the showreel, I'm thinking, wow, yeah, that too. That's nice. It's like one more thing. It's nice, but not because they are fighting with each other, Scott.
Yeah, no, I know. Listen, so he says, where's he from? Seems magic, and those shots are magic, not available in Spain. Of course they are, Hugo. Por supuesto, tú puedes hacer esto aquí en España.
Or maybe it's because it's in English. But yes, it gives the idea that is real.
Proper acting.
Yeah, proper acting.
I know Spanish actors who feel much more comfortable acting in English, who have a high level of English.
Jasmina, for instance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing. English is a particularly useful language because of its subtlety and its nuance. That's one thing. The subtlety of nuance that you certainly don't find in, to the same degree in Spanish.
Yes.
The rules are infinitely more flexible and thus infinitely more complex. That's one of the problems. It's the example I always give to any Spanish person who's learning English is the fact that where you put the stress in the sentence completely changes the nature of what you're trying to say. If you go, I love you, I love you, I love you, and then I love you. So those are very, was that 4 or 5 different structural things up, also including I love you.
No, but it's something that you already know, I'm sure. But for us, it's strange because we don't have that, So it's nice to know that it's a particularity of English-speaking language, which is, a culture that means a lot of meanings. The same 3 words.
Indeed. Right, so moving swiftly along.
Oh, Jesus.
Right, I like that. This is a great scene. This is funny. Look, this is something I want to say to everybody.
But
What?
I want you to consider this look at the right, because you do also the look at the right, where the camera is in the other side where you have the camera. I think it would be nice if you used to do it here. Because here you're gonna be, she's there, and here you are more with us. You're more. If you turn to the left instead of the right, I saw you doing it twice, and you don't share with the camera your thoughts. You go away again, and we want to see it. We want to see it, and for you it's the same here or there, but
Part of the thing which is guiding us. The whole technical aspect of acting is a little bit like driving a car. Marks, camera, lights, movement, continuity of movement, continuity of objects, or whatever it might be. That's the sort of thing which is a sort of the established rule of how things work. The acting is sort of incidental. It happens inside that space. It's the conversation that you have whilst you're driving. The trouble is when we got the technical stuff, when it becomes when we don't quite know what it is, or we don't quite understand the context of the dynamic, then the acting suffers because we're having to use a part of the RAM of our computer, which should be just operating system. Okay, the how would you say, the parameters of where we're working are kind of like the operating system that we open the program in, which is the scene that we're playing. But the thing that we should always think of first is where's the camera, and also where's the light. As you can see, I'm very much in shade. I've only got one light on me right now. I know that if I turn this way, this light's in shadow. Why? Because this eye doesn't see it. Now it sees it. Now it doesn't. Okay, so that's another parameter I can play with. So I know when I'm here that this is the only thing in light. So I know that I can literally go. Okay, and what it means is I've got light in my eyes. It's very technical, but what you can do is when you understand those bits and pieces, is that you've got them, you know them, and muscle memory, everything will take care of itself because you know the parameters of the playing field and where you are.
Yes, a good thing also to know is this thing of shadow and light, because sometimes you want to really not say that much to a character, to the viewer. So you want that the people really get into you more. Sometimes you also go away because you want the people to see it, to be more interested. So sometimes the shadow is also a way of the people wanting to see more. They are things that you have to consider. If they are considered here, fine. If they are not considered, please do it next time, because your acting can be really enhanced. You just by thinking where to put all these looks, not only feeling it, but at the same time, being a very technical actor, so that that everything that you do has a reason, and that you already chosen, all this, and that those are things that when the first time that you go in a set, you look at the lights, then you look at the camera, and then you start thinking where to put all these three entities who you are speaking to, and and decide where is better, if in light or shadow. Or
and the other thing, there's an aspect of film acting which is very much like sport. I always draw the parallel that acting for theatre is a little bit like as stage fighting. It's beautifully choreographed and well rehearsed and practiced. Acting for camera is more like a street fight or mixed martial arts. You'll do anything you can to win. It's a drop down, drag out fight to the death that happens between action and cut. That's not to say that you're not friends otherwise, but what you need is both actors, or all the actors need to be trying to win. Because if you don't take advantage of it, somebody else will, and they'll kick your ass. That's just a given, okay? Because when you start working with actors who've got a lot of experience, a lot of chops, and they know this good pal of theirs, which is called the camera, you'll be going, what are they doing? And they might be doing things that you go, that doesn't make sense. Why is he talking like that? There's a thing, for example, David Caruso, when he's doing one of his long speeches in CSI, he never looks at the other person until he's done. Because when he's not looking at the other person, it means they cannot cut away from him. So if I got somebody and they're speaking like this, and they're talking like this, and they're explaining something, we found the girl, da-da-da-da-da, and all the rest of it, it's only when the moment that he goes, and that's why we think it's you. Okay? That's when you can literally cut away. Mm-hmm. Okay? So
it's kind of an effect also.
It's an effect, but what you're doing is you're effectively controlling the editing.
Yeah.
Okay? That's like Zen master time. But once you understand editing, which you obviously do because you're a filmmaker, you can actually begin to control it. But it's got to do with the relationship that the viewer has, the camera has with you, and the relationship that you have with it or them. Okay? Let's keep going.
I hit his crotch.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that bad?
You sack whacked him.
Sack whack?
Fuck, dude, that's a death sentence.
You've never, grazed a boob or something?
In this political climate, hell no.
Like as an accident.
If I'm in the vicinity of a sensitive area,
Here,
I line up my
here's
hand
the
like
same thing. You see, here what you have is that you could actually be more with us than with her, and then everything would make more sense. Because you'd be more really with us, so it's gonna be more likable because we are thinking, that's what he's thinking. Oh, so see what is next. What is next? If you are half of the face away from us. You don't consider us, and we like you to consider.
The other thing is think about something which is hyper natural. I'm not going to say supernatural because that's something else. Ooh. No, something that's hyper natural, like The Office. Okay, go back and watch season 2. Watch Steve Carell, and watch how this man accepts the look at the camera and lets us see what he's thinking. He's literally doing comedy with just thought. We've reviewed that in other places, and it's effectively a masterclass in acting on a sub-verbal level, because ultimately what you say is a lot less interesting to the audience than what you're thinking. Let that sit for a while, because the smallest unit of information in the theatre is the word, and the smallest unit of information on camera is the thought. Right.
Like a claw machine, I'm straight in, straight out.
Damn it, I'm a sack whacker.
Okay. I think your best move, no, our best move, because I'm a part of this.
Hey,
Jesus.
Why does Nick look like his cat died?
She sack whacked your friend.
Fuck, a sack whack?
Is sack whack like a common term? Jesus, this is tricky.
Oh, I know.
And you spend every minute of every...
Right, very nice scene. Okay, it's very nice. It's funny. The other two actresses are great. They do a nice job.
Yeah.
It's very
I'd like
uninflected.
To see more also, this one.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of that as well. I mean, why is it funny? Is because you're taking very, very serious something that's very, very silly.
Yes, exactly.
Getting whacked in the nuts.
And it's nice, and you have a nice tempo, nice rhythm. It is also an aspect of you, which is the comedy that is nice to see, for the romantic comedy, for leads. It is interesting that we see more of this one.
And I'm personally, I'm very happy to see that there's a female character who's written with the appreciation of the pain of being whacked in the sack. It's a problem which people don't want to talk about, really, between you and me. You never accidentally whacked somebody in the nuts?
Accidentally?
Shots fired. Literally. I'm not even going to go there. All right. Let's get back to where we are. Now, up to the last part. Now, this is a little bit surreal because we're streaming right now and we're watching somebody. It's a scene of somebody streaming. Curiously enough, I did something like this about, Jesus, it must have been about 8 years ago. I wrote a scene and I shot a scene when somebody was streaming. And they were talking about something. They were trying to talk about a review of something. Remember Andres Parra?
Yes.
And then there was somebody off stage, off screen, who was at the door that was bothering him. That was the first time I had that thing where you cut out all the dead space.
Yes.
You know. Anyway, let's get back to where we were.
Every day, just learn.
Jesus, this is tricky.
Oh, I know. And you spend every minute of every day just lurking. It's fucking weird. If not here, then somewhere else. It's your whole fucking existence, and it's so sad. You're fucking pathetic. You know, I can see the viewer count, man. You're still here. I know you're still here. This is why I made you a mod. Losers make the best mods. That's just a fact. You're still fucking here.
You see, this is a little bit tough for me. Okay, I'll tell you why it's a little bit tough. The first thing I would have done is, if I was shooting it, I would have been very clear that if I backed off the mic, then the sound would have gone away. Okay, that's the first place that you would sort of like make it sound a little bit more. You make it sound more natural. The other thing is that very clearly, I'm confused as to what you're really trying to do there. I'm not really sure which particular action you're playing. I don't know whether you're attacking. I don't know, because what I've got going on there is the sense that you're playing the irony of the moment, but also it feels like it's improvised. So it feels like you haven't quite decided what the heck it is you're supposed to be doing there. And so it's a little bit looking for a particular type of emotion that you haven't pinned down. Yeah, and that's not the most interesting thing.
I'm all the time thinking, is the other person is going to respond? You know, and
well, he's streaming. He's streaming just in the same way that we are.
Yes, but I mean, there is something that it says something like here chats or.
That's what you would think of, is you would think that he would be going.
Yeah, exactly. You know? It lacks this.
And
truth.
Then he would talk here, but why are you doing that? You know, why? I don't understand it. You know, it's
also check if this person is there saying something, because that is what normally we do. No, and you have to locate the where here is where we have the screen, so that's why we communicate with you here, and here we have all the comments and everything. So that is what normally people have this setup. You can have it also more near the camera, and in that particular. Exercise you do, but it's nice and well thought. Just that it needs a little bit more authenticity, because we are so we've seen so much of those.
Yeah, we've seen how it really works every single day of our lives.
Yes.
So it's one of those things where you have to fake that it's real. Okay, and how do you fake that it's real? Well, then you have to make your peace with the idea that there's going to be moments which are uncomfortable. There's going to be moments where you're trying to find a connection with what you're doing, what you're saying, etc., etc. It's just that it's kind of a given. It's one of those things where I say hide the acting, but I get the impression that this is improvised to a degree, and you're basically just going after the guy who's been moderating the chat or whatever it is. So I'm. Of all of the scenes, this is the weakest one, because I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Okay, yes. It's not very clear what your action is. And the other ones, it's very clear. Okay, whatever it might be. Up to and including getting punched in the face. Right, let's keep going.
Okay.
Right, that's the sort of thing when people go, can you give me something in your tape which has got a little bit more emotion to it? Okay? That's sort of one of those sorts of things. It's a little bit like that scene in The Godfather when Paulie's beating up Talia Shire, and the only reason that Coppola put it there is because Bob Evans, the producer, said, "I need more violence. I need more violence in this movie, or I'm firing you." You know, so that's what they did. You know, it's also got the worst punch in cinema history when James Caan goes like that. Whew, the other guy reacts, but it's literally that bad. It's terrible. But what you got there is, as I'm looking for an actor, I'm seeing an actor who's going for emotion. The curious thing is when people are actually moved and it hits them hard, particularly in this particular context. I don't know. After all the years that we've been here, there's been moments where you and I have gotten kind of emotional.
Yeah.
And what you do is you try to fight it back. You know, you try to hold it in. You know, you try to do whatever you got to do. You know, the one thing you wouldn't do is necessarily break down.
Yeah.
You know, it's a curious, it's an odd thing that, no?
Yes.
It's not terrible or anything like
it's
that.
not terrible, but
because we got the sweet smell of success for the rest of it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all very good.
We want something also to finish up that really puts us up there, no? To put you up there, and this we have doubts. So I think it would be better to put another scene or just to take this one and you know, enhance the others, you know, by enlarging a little bit more, no?
Yeah, I mean, look, you do one thing, which is, if there's any great rule in showreels, which is you're funny. You know, you make us laugh.
Yeah,
and making us laugh is not exactly making
easy.
Anybody laugh at any time is not easy. It's why you'll find stand-up comedians often end up, you know, doing comedy movies. Is because they know what funny is. They understand funny. They understand funny. Where, I mean, go watch Meryl Streep's first comedy, or God forbid,
Awful.
The Island of Nim, which is the Jodie Foster comedy. Terrible. Why? Because they're doing comedy acting, which they're, you know,
You don't do.
No, you don't do it.
You don't have a problem with that.
No.
Which is nice.
You do very straight, and
But
it's
yeah,
good.
if I would give you an advice about the material, about the choice of material, I would say, you know, enlarge these 2 or 3 bits that we said, and see if you can find you know, doesn't matter if it doesn't look very, very professional, just because that is going to go to casting directors or something. It's true that, you know, we want you to have one really, really, you know, star acting thing. So you know, that you have silences, that you explain yourself, that you have all these, you know, all this. You know, I think it would be nice to have like a short story that is, you know, only 1 minute long, but that you really have time to see you acting in something that you know is a complete thing with a beginning, middle, and end, no, or something. You know, it could be 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I see somebody who's capable of doing comedy, you know, and sort of light comedy, like the sort of romantic comedy thing, I have no doubt in my mind that they can do drama. Drama is a walk in the park compared to that sort of stuff. I mean, it really is. Because it's funny. To actually make somebody laugh on camera is certainly not the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
You know, and if you can make, I mean, we've seen a lot of showreels where there's been a lot of funny stuff, because what people do with a good and amusing or laugh out loud funny showreel is they go, hey, you should see this guy, he's great. Mm-hmm. This is really good. It's not easy to do. And the way you make something funny in a showreel is by doing it completely straight. You know, taking something very silly in a very serious way, like whacking a sack.
Yeah.
Which is a very serious issue.
I don't know. I don't know this piece of material what it would be, but I'm sure that, you know, if you think on the profile that you like more to have or insist, then you would have this material. No.
Yeah, either that or you develop your Adam Driver imitation and you become a TikTok star. And trust you me, you'll be the first person they call when they want somebody to play Adam Driver's brother. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I sometimes can't think of him right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Are we seeing the possibilities here?
Oh well, yes. Between him and the one I saw you, I told.
And
you.
he's much more attractive than Adam Driver.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He looks like an aquatic mammal sometimes. But God love him. Love his work.
Yeah, I love
really
his
do.
work. Really.
No, he's a magnificent actor.
Magnificent.
So
Yeah, you have a quality of him.
no. So that's the thing. As far as I'm concerned, the only weak part is the streaming guy at the end, because I don't think is well written and as well executed as the other stuff, and also it's a context that we all know extraordinarily well. I mean, look at us. Look at us. So, that's kind of the story there. But the rest of it is exemplary. The only thing I would say is have a think about the thing that we're talking about with sharing with the camera. It's something that you can experiment and play with. And you may know about it already, but you might have been having an off day, or things might have been confusing when you were shooting. There's a million different reasons why it can all go south.
And as an editor, like you edit yourself, and you also, think on have also these surprises which you do too well, this that is wonderful. But in the editing, if you could also, have this acting for the editing, that it would be very, very good.
The other thing I have to say, which is what Ugo said in the comments about star aura. You've I don't know why you don't have representation. You should have representation by now. You're very competent. You're good looking. You're committed. You apparently have a great sense of humor. You appear to be smart. What's not to love? About
the good looking, I think that the picture at the beginning, it doesn't really make you too much favor. If you go for the romantic comedy, you should change this one.
It's not bad. The only problem I've got is it doesn't look like him.
No, it's that,
I'm looking at this, right? I'm looking at this guy. And I'm looking at this guy.
Well, no, of course it's the same, but
I know it's this. I know it's the same.
This is the one that I want. This is the kind of picture I want. The romantic guy that is good looking. The other one, it says to me too many things that I don't like. A half beard.
The other thing that the photo does is it doesn't give us an idea of what he's like as an actor.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean?
It's not nice. The pictures also you have to consider. I don't know. I love to see your pictures and advise you with the pictures. Please do if you want us to also comment on your pictures. It's something that we do. It's because it's interesting because the picture.
Oh, and remember to do this
please
hit the bell and share this with your actor friends. That's very, very important. But what you were saying about photographs,
yes,
I think people now, because everybody's got showreels and demo tapes and all the rest of it, is that people have forgotten just the vital importance of a photograph.
Yes.
The first thing that's going to make people want to sit down and open that video file is the photo. They go, oh, who's he? He looks like him. Well, let's have a look at who that is.
And it's not only the looks, it's also because it doesn't say much. And a good photo, good picture, it tells a story, and you don't tell a story. And I like you to also consider that, because, a picture is also what it reminds in the in our brains, something that is also accompanied with your name. So you want to do better. I think you can do better.
That little adjustment with sharing with the camera, and you're gonna have a whole lot of star power to deal with. Okay, it's a very, very small adjustment, and it's acknowledging the camera and being with us, because everything else is working. Okay, you look great on camera. You sound great on camera. You're very fresh. You're masculine without being brutish. You're sensitive without being effeminate. You're funny. You pull off cornrows. Congratulations. Well done for that. And I don't understand why you wouldn't have an agent right now.
Well, if you
send me a message. Let's talk.
If you want to know more about this kind of star acting, we have great things also in Patreon. Well, he's not in Patreon now. Yes, it's true. Anyway, but we have many things that we talk about that a lot, and there is couple of interesting advices but it's in Spanish also, right?
It's all in Spanish. Right, this is what you got to do, Ben. You got to work on your Spanish. All right, you're going to be very, very big in Spain. That's all I can say.
Well, that's for sure.
Well, no, the other
people that talk English.
Well, the other thing is that it's a little bit like Adam Driver. You have like sort of like a strangely non-specific ethnicity as well. You know, you got a very English name, Ashby. Ashby. Is it Ashby or Ashby?
Ashby.
It's Ashby?
Ashby.
Ashby. Ashby. Right? Like Hal. Right? I don't know that's where you know, so those are the other things that you've got going for you. It's a little bit, you know, like Keanu Reeves. It's like I have no idea what his ethnic origins are. But, you know, there's something that's very fun there. You just need to commit to it even more. Share with the camera. Do your movie star acting bit. And there'll be no stopping you, babe. That's all I can say.
Well, thank you, Ben.
Thanks for that. Thanks for giving us permission to go over this. Hopefully, you know, it's been positive and not too painful. And for everybody else out there, you know, it's nice to look at things that work, but also elements that even with somebody who's very, very competent can be improved. That thing of sharing with the camera, I swear to goodness, that is the thing which people don't know what they're looking for, but everybody wants it when they see it. But they can't identify it. This is one of the reasons that directors and casting directors, and I'm terribly sorry, invariably make very poor acting teachers, because they know what it is. They know what they're tasting, but they don't know how to cook it. That's kind of what it is. Did you like that?
Yes,
Did you like that? They know what they're tasting, but they don't know what they're cooking. They don't know how to cook it. Anyway, right. So that's us for today. Remember, follow us in all the relevant places. You can follow us on Instagram at Assumpta Serna, which is her.
Subscribe.
And YouTube, subscribe, touch the bell. Look at the other stuff in the playlist, particularly if you don't speak Spanish. There's a whole English playlist there. There's stuff where we go over our points in acting. Our job here and why we do what we do is we want to share our knowledge and help everybody improve what they do, learn how to do it better. And our objective is to be completely transparent and lay it all out on the table. We'll never ask somebody to do something that we can't do ourselves. That's one of the things that's kind of useful from our point of view. Yeah, it's like I'm not going to ask you to do something that I can't do.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben. And thank you, everybody else, for watching us. Look, Hugo Alberto, here in Spain, he says, better a clean-shaven photo. TBH, you know what that is? No. To be honest.
To be honest. Nice.
He's got all that, you know.
Nice,
as TBT, truth be told.
That's nice.
You know, absolutely. He speaks internet speak perfectly without any accent, which is amazing. Right. We're going to be back tomorrow in Spanish at 8 p.m. in Central European time here in Madrid. So, si hablas español, tú puedes estar con nosotros.
Mañana a las 8 de la tarde.
Sí, and so tomorrow, thank you, Ben. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We're going to have a little after show after this. Until tomorrow, when we will have it doesn't work in English. More and better doesn't work.
No.
So I'm just going to say upwards.
And downwards.
Upwards and downwards.
Upwards and downwards.
Upwards and onwards.
Upwards.
And upwards and onwards.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Upwards and onwards.
Okay, yes. Upwards and...
So we're still working on the English catchphrase. Let's just go for a take 2 on that. All right. So until tomorrow, upwards
and onwards.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's
what?
Actually, you know, what was that joke? It works better in Spanish, that joke.
Which one?
What'd you call a Frenchman wearing sandals on the beach? Philippe.
Yes.
It continues to work.
It's nice.
Yeah. There's a great tradition here in Spain. Nobody ever remembers any jokes, and there's so many jokes that I can't translate. You know, my favorite joke of all. How'd you get elephants out of the theater? You can't, it's in their blood. That's my favorite elephants in the theater joke.
Everything is good with commitment.
Everything is good. Commitment will get you through terrible scripts, bad everything. Just be very committed. As Spencer Tracy said, remember your lines and don't bump into the furniture. But I prefer what Jamie Cagney said, which was hit your mark, look the other guy in the eyes, and tell the truth.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes. Now the truth is a little bit, questionable. So we say authenticity.
Yeah, we go for authenticity because we're now in a
Yes.
post-truth
Yes.
world.
Yes.
So hopefully we're like post-truth, mid-authenticity. Like mid to late authenticity. God knows where we're going to go going after this. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. It's been a delight.
And in English next Thursday.
And English next Thursday. So tell your friends, come as you were, and send us your showreels. Remember, you can always send them to us here, which is easy, which is Scott at familiadecine.com, which, look, our foundation used to be called First Team here in Spain. And we used to spend our entire time going First Team, F-E-I-R-S-T, or First Team, right, which is how you pronounce it in Spanish. Anyway, now we're speaking to everybody in English and we're saying Familia de Cine, because in Spanish we would go Familia de Cine.
So is that film family, really?
Film family. That's it. You got a friend in the family. That's how that works there. All right.
Thank you very much.
Off we go. Bye for now.
Darling.
Let's go eat.
Bye.
Ciao. Don't go changing.